Okay, so now for the interior, it's a little bit different. So what we want to do is get it back into our dimension uh, tool here. And I'm going to dimension from the exterior to only one side of the wall. And the reason why I want to do it like that is because when a builder or a framer is laying out the house, that they want to do kind of a continual dimension string so that they can lay out all the walls or indicate where all the walls are going to be laid out. So you're only going to label the dimension on one side so that right now I'm showing them at 4 inches. So the nominal size of wood is 3.5, but when you add sheetrock, it's actually 4.5. But we're only showing 4 inches. But if you only measure one side of it, they can lay them all out, and all your walls will come out correct where they're supposed to be. But if I measure 4 inches, then it's going to become hard for them to set the wall because the sheetrock is not on there. So it's either you draw it at 3.5 and then you can measure wall to wall, or you only dimension to one point or a center point, which center points just becomes a little bit more problematic, a little bit harder to dimension. But so I just try to stay consistent, whatever dimensioning style you're using. So right here you can see I went from the exterior to one side to the left side, and then all the way to the exterior again. So, and here I can do the same thing for this. Go just to hit that wall there, and just show it right about there. And I don't need to keep going because I already got the dimension, but I try to keep just one continuous string of dimensions as much as possible. And let's go ahead and let's start on this end of the house. And I'll measure to where the base cabinet starts. So that's going to be right here. And let's continue to the left side again. Left side to the exterior. Okay. And we've hit pretty much all of our horizontal or vertical walls. Now let's do the ones that are running horizontal. So I'm going to do the same style. I'm going to grab one end and we'll go ahead and measure to this bottom side and dimension to the end. Again, we're just going to want to continually do this stream of dimensions. So I'm going to measure to there and to the end. Continue the stream here, and we'll go all the way to the end here. I'm going to go ahead and I'll hit this as well. And here we can see they're kind of getting in the way of each other, so I can kind of move them on my own here. Just grab those the little grip points, and I can move those dimensions. And let's keep going. So we need to measure this wall. So I'm going to grab the exterior, and again we're hitting the bottom, only the bottoms of the walls. Okay, and you can measure the center of this door opening if you want, but a lot of times a builder will know just by looking at it that that wall is being placed in the center. Sometimes it's a little bit of overkill to do that, but if you want to make sure everything is exactly right, you could dimension those. But like, let's say in this closet, it's kind of common knowledge that that's going to be in the center, this is going to be in the center. So again, you can measure the doors if you want. You don't necessarily have to, just common practice. So okay, so I think we've got all our walls. We have our cabinet there. I'm going to go ahead and, let me fix this. Right here I see a layer that I didn't quite get right. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and dimension the island. And we'll go ahead and add, it's a 3-foot island, and to that wall there. Okay, so I think we've got all our walls. Let me go ahead and move this dimension. And to about there. All right. So now let's move on to adding some text.